Hey YouTube, how are we all doing? Lego Leprechaun here guys again. Today with a little update on the right hand side here of the sloped road. So in the last update guys, we're just showing you the integration of the sloped road and the townhouses in different colours integrated with the city. And today we're just showing you the opposite side, what I said I would do in the last update, and it actually worked out the exact way I wanted it to. I have to say I'm quite happy with this guys, because I was a bit iffy about, first of all, I suppose the matchup of the actual buildings, and secondly the police station path. I was a bit worried because that's a full modular as opposed to the single ones here in the townhouses that take steps up. So we have an equal run of steps, up here, and I knew this would have to change because it's the same level across, obviously, for 32 studs. But it actually worked out guys, a lot actually handier than I thought it would. So just come in here a little closer, we can see it. So as you can see here, we had to find out a kind of a height level. So as you can see from the single buildings in the last update I was explaining, you have steps that are higher and you can walk in here, and the same repeats all the way up. So with this I just had to increase it a little higher, take out the two lower steps and bring it straight. And in fairness, just before we break into this, I always mention this at the start of my videos anyway, thanks again for the comments, the likes and the subscriptions guys. Again, such a gratification for it all. But the reason I mention that is because one of you had commented on just extending the path a little higher and then putting a small set of steps at the end of it. I had something like that in mind, but again, the ideas and the comments are brilliant from all of you, you know, and the suggestions. You have some wonderful ideas, so I thank you for that. So that's what we did here, is just we extended the path and kept the level, instead of having the steps go down like you see here on that side. We'd say it drops 1, 2 and then 3, but in here we just extended it for 3 lengths, so it would suit up with the actual level of the police station, and just put a small set of steps at the end. And it doesn't even take away here from the brick bank, which I was happy with, because I thought I might have to do a longer set of steps out down here, which would take up, we'd say, the look of the brick bank, or take the look off it, or hide it a little bit or whatever, and it did none of that. So I have to say I'm quite content with how it turned out. And then as we go further up here, they're the bookstores. I had done one in a different colour and the original colour, and I just put the 2 trees outside of them, and I swapped the trees to the opposite sides. I didn't want them up against the fences on the inside. I wanted to just show the kind of brick wall and the railing a bit, and bring the trees where they're just spilling over into the next, the leaves are kind of coming down into the next modular, you know, and that kind of turned out the way I wanted it as well. And then the emporium is at the top. So at this side we kind of have, I suppose, still more of the town's buildings in here, you know. So we have houses obviously at this side, and that's where people live, and we have the diner here, as you can see, but we still have a bit of town here which is running up. And to be honest guys, I was so I suppose not confused, but I mean I was wondering really as to what I was going to do with these buildings originally, because I had at this side of the road was thinking literally of putting a rock face and water, and then I was wondering where I was going to put these, you know, and I hadn't had built the police station, the police station yet. And I was thinking, you know, I don't want to be hiding these in a cabinet somewhere, like, because they're lovely buildings. And I have to say the police station it was amazing, like, you know, Lego, every year they come up with something, the ideas they come up with, you know, and some of the upside down pieces inside them and stuff like that, the details. It's a great build, it really is, you know. And as well, which I'm happy with, what turned out to have worked, is the soap and sud sign at the side. You know yourselves guys, if you have this, it's hard to absolutely put it in your city somewhere, clammed up against another building, because, or another mod, because you're hiding the soaps and suds, so people are finding it hard. It's not a corner building, and they're kind of finding it hard to actually put it somewhere in their cities. And I was struggling with the same thing, I really was. I didn't know what I was going to do. So when I was thinking of what I was going to do with the other side of the road, I said, you know what, I'll chance putting in a row of modulars and I'll see what it's like. And because I heightened that up, now obviously you can't see the full sign, but you can see close enough when you stand up and you just look at it here, you can see most of the sign, which is grand because it's up a good, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks like higher than the actual brick bank. So it really worked out the way I wanted it to. Excuse me today, guys. I was just out digging the garden with my dad and I'm actually stuttering here like crazy. I'm winded from about 30 minutes of using a pick, so forgive me for that. I'm trying to put my words together. So yeah, so it worked out exactly the way I wanted it, and I'm moving the mills plates here around just to show what it's going to look like. I have plates coming for these soon, so we'll have all the studs covered. And here we are. I'll put the garage here. I put the garage here, and I was wondering what I was going to do with the road meeting this, but it actually worked perfect once I put in the white smooth tiles out here with the grey in between. It's going to be bang on. And then we got the fire station around this side, and it's all heightened up to the mill's height, so I'm delighted with that. Back here then, guys, I said I was going to put £1 in there for, we'd say, you know, the cars that are parked illegally or speeding or whatever that's taken off by the police. But we'll also have a few police cars and a fire engine or two in there as well. There will be a road coming along here in front of them, obviously. I'm not sure, this is one thing I was thinking of, because the water will be running through the city somewhere in the centre here. It's supposed to go underneath all these buildings. So I might have to bring the fire station up a brick or two, maybe. As I draw over here to the crap heap. So again, guys, the good thing here is, like, I know it's bad looking, but I know that I unexpectedly moved a lot more along here sooner than I thought I would, because I brought in the modulars and stuff like that. But this area here, as I said before, will be some kind of nice water area, excuse me, where I'd say I'm going to bring some kind of a small rising road here and then in underneath, as I said before. And excuse the mess now, but we'll have some kind of water area here. Now, it's either going to flow from this side here, or it's going to flow from here. And then I wanted to bring it out and underneath the road, and in underneath to match up. This is fine, because it will give the illusion of all the high rise, that the water can travel under the city. And then it comes out here in the square, and down into Arkham and so on. So, I'm not sure, will I rise the police station? I'll probably have to if I'm going to bring the water that way, or I don't know, we'll see. I'm still in two minds, but guys, what I am happy with anyway is that I'm actually progressing a lot faster along here than what I thought I would. Obviously there's still a bit of work down here. I'll just get to that actually, because I have a thought in mind about them, the haunted houses. So I'm just going to get to that in 2 seconds. But just before we go there, yeah, again, like, guys, I'm content with how it turned out. We're going to have, obviously, there's more mountains over in this area, like I was saying, and we're going to have the Wayne Manor entrance out and down somewhere here, and we're going to have plenty of rock and some kind of a waterfall that comes down, and there'll be some kind of a pond here coming out underneath a road going up here. So that'll be kind of, again, somewhere in the future, but we're moving slowly along, which is a good thing. Now, just moving down here, guys, on this, it was just stinging me for a while. So they're kind of dark houses and I love them, I do, but I'm still not too sure with, we say, the prettiness of the city, so to say. You have the flowers and you have the buildings that are all intact, you know, and they're all I suppose given that element of that lovely full finish. And when you look up above them then, and I want the height definitely, but the haunted houses might just give that kind of a, they're supposed to give that rotten look, you know, but I don't know, does it blend here? My mind hasn't been friendly with it for a while. So what I had, and tell me what you think, guys, as well. I'm going to get Diagon Alley anyway. I've been waiting for that for a while. And what I was going to do here originally, before I put them up, and now I think I'm going to come back to this, is that I'm going to put the Diagon Alley buildings in a row like that. Now, I would be a Harry Potter fan, there's no doubt about it. But I'm not going to do, we say, like what the film does, where you open a brick wall and you go down the alley and you've got a building right and left as you walk through in the middle. The buildings I was looking at there, and they're very pretty, they really stand out. And I think myself, because they're on a 16 stud deep, you have the chance of putting another 16 stud little walkway out in front of them. So what I was thinking of doing, they're obviously going to be 4 plates wide, some kind of a step formation, and down here to meet the road eventually, and in between that that little corner there, we can make our way from there up to Diagon Alley at the back. Now I looked at the buildings, I think they're beautiful, they're colourful, and I think that they would probably sit in here and bring that kind of more pretty colour to the front square of the city, you know. So slightly angled from left to right, bringing it down, and we can bring it into the city here in the corner, and then we can bring it down to meet, we'd say, the Mills Plate Road that's going to run that way eventually to the corner. So tell me what you think, guys, on that. I think they'd stand out. I'm not dismissing these houses because I love them. I have 4 of them, and I know 2 of them obviously are not going to be in the city, and that'll probably be that Halloween one, which I love. I really got a kick out of that one, but it's more like a display, that is. The log cabin one down there I do like. I'd like to have that in some kind of wooded area, like a teen slasher movie kind of thing, like I said before. The original green one that I actually made and made it look like it was actually falling apart, I love that. So what I'm going to do with that, probably, I'll keep this green one here, that's fine. I'll bring the edge of the Diagon, bringing it down that way, and that'll stand nicely next to Arkham, that church look. But what I might do anyway for a while with this one is bring it over here to the corner. I had a graveyard here, and I know you wouldn't have a haunted house on the grounds of Arkham, but this is an area that's, you could actually separate from Arkham. It was just a graveyard that was sitting there. The water's going round it, as you can see, and there's a pathway off to it. So what I might do there is, just like I had in my original city before I took it apart, probably about maybe 9-10 months ago, I had that haunted house up on a load of rock, and I'd like to probably repeat that, bring it up here on a load of rock, and have it somewhere diagonal facing us here, you know, because I do want to keep that. So again, we're having that dark element in the corner here, and as I said, that's going to lead into, we'd say, a bit of a Gotham Harbour drop here, and a few high-rise buildings, then skyscrapers, like a bit of a Gotham City over here. But that's another day of talk, that is. I'm very, very far away from that. But to come back to the present, that's probably what I would like to do with that greenhouse, is put it here, and probably have to take that out of it for now, and I'll try maybe the Diagon Alley down there eventually to integrate into the city, and I'll have plenty of rock work and stuff then at the back, just to obviously take that wooden look, so it'll look like it's all integrated in one part of the city. And then, as I said before, we're leaning into the dark side of things then, and heading over there, you know. So again, guys, that's all in a, I would say, nutshell, but that's a good 15 minutes probably talking here. I always say I'm going to come on, guys, and do, you know, I'll do a 5-minute update now and don't talk too long, like, but and I look back at the video and I see 13, 14, 15 minutes. So yeah, so you'll have to excuse my blabbering on, and especially today I sound really really rough with my mouth, and that's just because I came in there from using a pick and I'm stammering. So yeah, guys, that's it. Tell me what you think. Again, I welcome all the suggestions, the comments, the thumbs up, the subscriptions and the likes. Really, really appreciate it. And thanks again. So, till the next update, I shall see you soon. Lego Leprechaun out.